Right, another absolute demon from KWA, which is the F90.
This is the Gauntlet. Red lights blink, hit 'em or miss, no A-zone love on a run like this. Split times telling every move gets scammed. When the shot clock stops, we see where you stand. The Gauntlet.
More commonly, most people call it an AUG because it's basically an AUG. And I'm just going to see what this thing's shooting like. I've got it locked off to semi with this little button at the bottom of the trigger. We need more hop on that, but I'm not going to mess with it. We're in CQB. It's D-mag. These mags are a little bit harder to get in and out of the pouches because they have a little claw on the back. So, let's see what this thing can do. Very nice. Haven't run a bullpup in years. Not as snappy as the Masada, but still great for a bullpup. It's got a super long barrel in it, but you obviously don't have the length because the action is in the rear. Very nice indeed. Get a fresh mag in. With it being a bullpup trigger, you expect it to be pants, but it's actually not too bad. I'd definitely run this in CQB. Again, it's a heavy gun. All the KWA rifles seem to be very heavy. And this one's no exception. I do have plans to basically make the barrel shorter. So we're going to take about this much off. I would run a tracer. I am running tracer BBs, but I get to sight and the Ace Tech Bifrost is dead, even though it hasn't been used. It's got one of them features on it where it gets jostled and it turns itself on, which is great, but if it gets bounced around in your bag, the thing's on. 55, not a bad time at all. Right, let's see if we can beat it. Let's go a bit quicker. I'm struggling to see where I'm shooting. Nice. Nice. Come on, we can get this down. It's a bit of a learning curve with the bags. Oh no. Just realised I haven't got the torch on. Didn't have the torch on. It's very important in CQB like this. If you haven't perfectly got your rifle set up and your red dot zeroed to your trajectory, you need to be able to see the BBs. There's two ways you can do that, both of which give you position away: tracer unit or a torch. Now a torch is going to give you position away a little bit more so than a tracer. I run my tracer with the flash function on, so maybe not. 46. It is wickedly hot up here today. I've got no jacket on. No gloves, just trying to stay nice and cool, but all the weight's in the back. I'd say the centre of gravity is right where the back of the pistol grip is. I'd say the centre of gravity is about here, but so I felt like I was getting like a no feed. What is nice about this F90, and I could demonstrate it here, say you're empty like that, you take your mag out, slap your fresh one in, press that, you don't have to do the charging handle. Now, let's say you're out again like that, you can lock the handle up, put your fresh mag in, give it a bit of a HK slap, but I am feeling it in my right arm with running the Masada and now this AUG, this F90. Just trying to mess around with the torch here. I think it's pigeons I can hear. But yeah, if you don't like heavy guns, this one's not for you, but it's very pointable. I think this one has a really short barrel in it. I could be mistaken on that. But you see how long it is, so your barrel starts here. So that's how much barrel you've got. If you had this on an M4, okay, I'm gonna hold this like an M4 if I had the pistol grip, it would be that long. We transition it back, comes all the way to here. So in CQB, you know, you're not going to be clipping doorways as much. It still is quite long, but it's like a carbine length M4, but you've just got the adjustability, you know, the advantage of having a long barrel, which in airsoft terms, it doesn't really make any difference. I think if this had a slightly shorter outer barrel, it would be perfect. Oh. Failure to fire. Don't know what happened there. But I am cooking. To be honest, the fatigue with this rifle is quite remarkable. My shoulder, and I'm not a, you know, I'm quite a big, strong guy. My shoulder's already aching from carrying this, which is quite strange. But yeah, you get your engagement distances you're not going to struggle with. Your short stuff you're not going to struggle with. Oh, I think it's double feeding, you know. I think that's what it is. I think what's happening is there's no hop on, so I think the BBs are rolling down the barrel, which happens on a lot of gas blowback guns. Hopefully, I've got enough rounds to do a bit of a full auto burst, but I think that was all the targets. I don't think I missed one. Maybe I did. Right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to turn off this little button here, which re-enables the dual stage trigger. So we do a half pull, semi-auto, do a full pull. It's got a proper chugger rate of fire, this. And as much as I do like it, and not many people like AUGs, when we were downstairs setting it up, Paul was showing his disgust for the AUG, but it actually shoots. These are hot dialing, but it actually shoots really well. So, in terms of, oh, I must have missed one. Which one did I miss? No idea. We can have a walk through and see which one I missed. So it does make me long for a MWS though, with the weight. I don't know why it has to be so freaking heavy. So we hit that one, we hit that one. We came down here, we hit that one. We missed that one there. So there we go, just missed one. That is the KWA F90. And not many of you are going to like this one, but it's something unusual. And just for the fact that it being unusual and not being very common is kind of the reason why I like it. But we've got some work to do on this one to get it competitive. On to the next one.
I didn't actually notice this until reviewing the footage, that, you know, how many shots was so accurate on this rifle. I'm not running a laser, I'm not running a tracer, I'm not running a red dot. There's literally no irons on this top rail. This is just as it comes out the box with a torch attached to it. And I'm quite surprised on how often I was hitting targets, especially further away, with so little rounds, with you know, low visibility, if you want to call it that. It just bodes to sort of saying how very accurate this system is. The KWAs have really surprised with the gas blowbacks. The LM4 was great. The Masada had a bit of an issue at the start, but that was also great. The AUG, just as good. It's a little bit harder to get used to being a bullpup. Now, bullpup's one of those topics where you've either got to love them or hate them. There's usually no in between. It is a little bit different. I kind of like it. It's you know, unique in a way. It's a little bit special. It's not just the run-of-the-mill M4. Yes, you're going to be more competitive with an M4 or an M4-based gas blowback rifle, or SMGs, or just gas blowbacks that are in a natural format. But it doesn't always make sense. You know, we want cool stuff. This is very unique, like I say. It's very cool. They've really pulled out the stops with this replica. They've done a really fantastic job. The barrel splits down really easy, so you just one pin, you push it out like you do on the normal AUG, pull your barrel set out, you can adjust your hop. I don't believe it's something that you can adjust on the fly. Now, I might be mistaken with that. You might be able to get to the hop wheel through the gaps in the rail. I can't quite remember. It's been a while since we've looked at the AUG. But the guns aren't cheap. The magazines even more so. That being said, the magazines work really well. I had no gassing issues. The full auto is really nice. It's kind of refreshing that the full auto isn't super fast, and it's got like a slow rate of fire. It's more like a chug than a absolutely ripping through your rounds. So, you know, in terms of putting down a bit of suppressive fire, you're going to go through less ammo compared to something with a high cycle rate. But, you know, with something with such a long barrel in such a tight environment like this, it really does show how good this replica is. I hope it's portrayed like that in the footage, and you guys like this. I know I really do like doing these Gauntlet videos. Now, if I look at the metrics on the YouTube channel, they don't do as well as some of the other stuff, and that's fine. I'm just having some fun on the range, testing out these replicas, a lot of which I don't get to use when I have a chance to go to a game day. So I appreciate you sticking around if you watched the video. If you watched it for its full entirety, as always, let me know in the comments down below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. You can get involved in the Jaeger Precision Discord with the link in the description. Go show some love to the guys at HC2. They do allow me to use this to show off these guns, and a very, very friendly group. The Marshals run cracking game days here at HC2. Really do recommend you giving it a try. The site's really good for the small space that they have, and yeah, we filled tons on this day. I've still got tons to get through. When we get caught up to date, I'll probably spend more time on each rifle. But from me and HC2, thanks for watching, and we'll be seeing you in the next one.